What is going on, everybody? It is TG back here with another video. Wanted to talk to you guys about Facebook or Meta platforms and why I think buying the dip on this massive drop from Facebook is a great idea. When I'm talking about the massive drop, I am talking about what happened after earnings when Facebook was a $323 stock and dropped 30% since then. The earnings themselves, while they were not terrible, they were not justified to drop the stock 30%. I want to go over earnings again. The earnings per share did miss a little bit. They did $3.67. They were actually to do $3.84. Revenue actually beat $33.67 million. They were expecting to do $33.4 billion. Daily active users fell a little short, 1.93 billion. They were expecting 1.95. Monthly active users, 2.91 billion. They did 2.95. But on a positive, average revenue per user was up. They did $11.57 per. Analysts are expecting $11.38 per. But what really hurt Facebook was the guidance, and guidance was just not where they wanted it to be. They were expecting guidance to be around 10 to 12%, and they were needing a lot more than that. Analysts were expecting sales of 30.5 billion. Facebook said the revenue would be 27 to 29 billion, which would be a 3 to 11% year-over-year growth. Which obviously it's hard to compare last year because last year was such a stellar, robust growth for Facebook with the pandemic and people not, doing things where people are doing different things now and not on Facebook as much. And then obviously they have a lot of competition from TikTok. TikTok is eating Facebook's lunch per se with the Reels. But Facebook is investing a lot in their Reels, and then that's something big. But one of the other concerns that when we talk about investment is Facebook's investment in Meta, this metaverse, their Oculus Rifts, which are actually pretty cool, by the way. I actually got one for Christmas, and I actually think it's really interesting. But so they're investing a lot in this platform, and they're losing money on it right now. But again, this is a cheap stock. This is the cheapest that Facebook has ever traded at a 16.5 PE ratio. That's a very cheap. That's very cheap, especially when you compare it to other growth stocks. And again, Facebook makes a lot of money. 10.3 billion last quarter. I mean, you look at an annual thing, they're making like $40 billion a year in profit. The company's valued at 631 billion. They're not expensive. I mean, a 16 PE is a very cheap stock. You look at even some of the biggest companies in the world. Apple, for instance, trades pretty cheap at a 28.75 PE. You have Amazon that trades at a 49 PE, and that's actually not even accurate. Amazon's actually trading a lot higher. The reason their PE went down is because their earnings quarter they put in this right here, their stake from Rivian. That caused it to accelerate and drop the PE a little bit. But one thing about Meta is people are giving up on it. People are really thinking that Facebook is dead and this and that, and metaverse won't be a thing. And maybe the metaverse is a pipe dream. Something Zuckerberg even said this is something that's years and years down the road. So maybe even that's it. But when you have a platform of billions of active users, let's read this again, 2.91 billion monthly active users. That is a lot of people to target for advertisements. And while iOS with Apple has hurt the targeting of advertisements, this company still proves that they make a lot of money. Again, look at this last earnings quarter, which is really hard for them with all the stuff that came out. 33.67 billion, over 10 billion in profit alone. Earnings per share high. So you look at this and you have to ask yourself, all right, is Facebook done? Are these 2.9 billion active users, is that not worth, a 16 PE? Now, I personally think it is. I bought the dip. I sold a put on Facebook. I got in a little too early. I got in about 240, and it's sitting at about 229 right now. So yeah, we're down, a little bit. But again, we're out pretty long term on it, and we're willing to hold Facebook if we have to. I definitely think this thing gets back in the 20 PEs, and I definitely think this is a company that, while we might not see all-time highs for a very long time, it is still down 41% from highs. I do still think that this is a company worth owning for the long term. It's got good growth. It's got a ton of active users. And I think this is a good company. Obviously, stocks today take a hit with inflation at 40-year highs, but this is a play that I think will work out really well if you're patient. I think it was oversold a lot. I think the funds had to sell a lot to redistribute, rebalance as they call it. And I think the time to jump into Facebook is now at these low levels. We'll see. I'm willing to hold for a while. That's the same with the stocks that I'm picking: Apple, Ford, Google, and Facebook. These are companies I want to hold for a while. These are big, well-established companies that have earnings behind them and good growth behind them as well. So yeah, I think Facebook will be okay. I think it'll perform really, really well. And again, we're at like about pre-pandemic levels right now. Pre-pandemic 222, 229 right now. So you're just taking back 2 years of growth that the company had and all the money that they made. So I think it'll be good. I'm not too worried about Facebook long term. I don't see this company dropping under. I mean, we might see some turmoil, but I don't see it going under 200. People want to buy it at 200. I don't think it's going to 200. So we'll see what happens. But pretty bad day for the Nasdaq overall, down 1.5%. S&P down 1.5. Dow down 1.26. And then look at the VIX spiking over 20% today as well. So yeah, I mean, Facebook got rocked. There's no doubt about it. Definitely did not see this coming, but I think that it will be a good long-term thing. I think that they're going to continue to grow. And I mean, you just look at how much they continue to grow more and more. They're doing over $100 billion a year in revenue. They're doing, $40 billion in net income. That's $40 billion in profit. That's huge. And they traded a cheap valuation. So, I think that while, yeah, they're investing a lot in this Meta right now and it might not pay off, I definitely think it will be an opportunity for them to make good money. So anyways, guys, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. Sorry I've been making videos recently. Again, it's been tough, with being so busy, but I have a little bit of time. I want to make a video for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.